Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Enneagram Fox and I am a type 4, just trying to be a happier human. So today I am finally doing something that I have wanted to do for a very long time. And that is do a Redhead Enneagram. So fun story, I actually filmed this about a year ago. And actually, I tried filming it 2 times about a year ago. It was literally like winter time. And I hated the videos. It's a very long story, but they just did not come out the way I wanted them to. So we're gonna try again. Also, we're not gonna do anything super fancy in this video. I'm just gonna go through each type and the redhead fictional character that I think goes with that type. All right, so I'm gonna break out my notes. I will also say I really tried to find fictional redhead characters who were supposed to be redheads. There are lots of characters out there that aren't necessarily written as redheads, I guess you could say. They're more just the actor happens to be a redhead. So I tried to keep with characters who were redheads, who are redheads. Okay, let's get started. We're gonna start today with type 2s. For a type 2, I chose Molly Weasley from the Harry Potter series. I chose Molly because she has a huge capacity for helping others. She is also very protective of her loved ones. She is also not afraid to get into other people's business and be kind of the protective mama bear. And you see this a lot with Harry, who is not her son, and yet she feels very much compelled to protect him. For type 1, I chose Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus series. I chose her because Miss Frizzle, I would say she's very positive when it comes to her values. Type 1s can oftentimes have very high values for themselves, and they kind of set an expectation, sometimes without even noticing. They can set an expectation that others should follow those values. And I think Miss Frizzle really does that with her class, and she does it in a really fun, positive way. Type 9, I chose Jamie Fraser from the Outlander series. I have not read any of the books, but I have watched almost the entire show. And I chose Jamie because I think he really tries to be kind of like an everyman in a way. He's definitely very driven to do well. I would say that he does a very good job of getting along with a lot of different people, and a lot of people really like him, which type 9s are kind of the best type for, I don't want to say blending in, but for just being very likable. For type 8, I chose Rose DeWipucator from Titanic. I chose her because she has a very rebellious nature. She does not want to be held down, and throughout the movie we see how the society that she is in really wants her to be a certain way, but she continuously just rebels against it, which type 8s have no problem with breaking out of the mold. For type 7, I chose Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I did this because Ariel also doesn't want to be held down, kind of like Rose, but she's also very concerned with being adventurous, enjoying her life. And I know her character is also very young, but she's not very concerned with doing the right thing or being responsible. Instead, she just kind of wants to explore, which a lot of type 7s, even though they are in the head triad, so they are very thoughtful and very deliberate, they are also very they're very concerned with exploring, having adventures, things like that. For type 6, I chose Ron Weasley, also from the Harry Potter series. And I chose him because you see how he has a way of being very loyal. You see throughout the series Harry getting into trouble, you see him getting into very dangerous situations, and Ron expresses fear, but he also is incredibly loyal, and he literally, I mean, does anything for Harry. Type 5, I chose Newt Scamander from the Harry Potter universe. Now, this is the only fictional character I chose who's not necessarily a redhead. The actor, Eddie Redmayne, is a redhead, like kind of, sort of. I just thought Newt was a very good example of a type 5. We see him being very concerned with having lots of knowledge. He also doesn't really care what other people think about him. And a lot of type 5s, not only do they want to hoard knowledge and protect themselves with knowledge, they're also really not concerned about the opinions of other people. For type 4, I chose Anne Shirley from the Anne of Green Gables series. I chose Anne because she is very expressive and very emotional. And even though we see her in a more positive, fun kind of way and not in the melancholic way, she also expresses, which is very typical type 4 behavior, expresses a deep melancholy inside, which is also very typical of a type 4. Last but not least, for type 3, I chose Cheryl Blossom from the Riverdale series. Now, I never really read the Archie comics, so I can't really make comments about that. However, I have seen a few seasons of Riverdale, and I think Cheryl is definitely a type 3. I say this because she is very concerned about her image, but at the same time, we see her changing throughout the series, and she does have a character arc. And a lot of type 3s are very good, especially when they grow, they're very good about owning who they are and who they were, and inspiring others to grow and change just like them. And I definitely see pieces of that in Cheryl. Okay, I wanted to do some honorable mentions also. The first honorable mention is Madeline for type 7. I think she's more of just a really fun character in general, and she is for very young children. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to use her for this, but I do think she shows a lot of signs of a type 7. I was also thinking Little Orphan Annie for type 7. I just didn't feel like her character was super well developed, so I wasn't really comfortable putting her in the type 7 category. For type 5, I was also thinking about Arthur Weasley from the Harry Potter series. However, I already chose Ron and Molly from the same series, and I wanted to switch it up a little bit. So I went, literally one step over to Newt Scamander, who is in the universe still, but just not in the series. For type 8, I had a couple of honorable mentions. I did Merida, Princess Merida from the movie Brave from Disney, and Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. I felt like both of them had very strong wills and intense independence that are really great signs of a type 8. And for type 9, I was thinking maybe Archie from the Archie comics could be a type 9. And I only say that because he's a very likable character, very honest, very genuine. But I don't know, I wasn't sure. I could see him as a couple of other types too, so I just made him an honorable mention. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this series. I'm so glad that I finally got to do it. So let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if there's anyone you thought I missed. Please remember this was just for fun. Honestly, these are fictional characters. If you think Cheryl is actually a type 6 or a type 2 or a type 9, that's totally fine. Just let me know in the comments. This is for fun, and I do want to hear from you guys. All right, I will see you guys next time. Bye.